This is corn, yellow sweet corn. It's my first year that I ever planted corn. I know I tried to go pesticide free, and I noticed something is eating the leaves.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's a little worm in there, a little caterpillar. And I know that worms will hit corn. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet. I might just put some 7 powder on it. I might have to do a little bit of research on corn, but this is my first year for corn. I know you want to plant not just one row or just a few plants. You want to make sure that you have a big enough area. I don't know if this is big enough or not, but we'll see what it does this year. I always go to the store and buy some right now.
Trial and error.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
This is peanut grass, and it's got a lot of weeds. I'm thinking about digging this up. Yeah, that's the part that you eat is the flower. And I just pick some and eat it and add it to my salad sometimes. This has got a lot of weeds in it. I'm thinking about getting rid of this because I have it over there in the back, and that's plenty. So I might utilize this area for more vegetables. So I'm going to clean this area up, raise the bed up a little bit because it gets pretty wet here in the summertime, and go with another layer of lumber and put some fresh soil in. So this will be part of the vegetable growing.
So that's a question I actually had, Paul. Is there a reason that you went with raised bed for the most part?
Well, here in Florida you get a lot of rain. Now during the winter months it's not so bad, and that's when I have my vegetables, is in the fall, winter, and spring. But yeah, I mean, it's dry now, but there can be water laying in here in the summertime. If we get a lot of heavy rain, it can get wet. And if I do keep things going, like the pineapple, I mean, I've had those for years, and a few other things that just stay on, some of your herbs. It's good to have it raised up, and the soil that I use is very well draining soil. They call it a potting mix.
Yes.
And that's important. You don't want topsoil because it'll get muddy and it will stay wet. I might have to water a little bit more in the winter, but it's good because it does drain down.
And do you have do you water plants individually, or do you use a sprinkler system, or maybe a combination?
Combination.
I
have the overhead sprinklers.
Okay.
3 heads, which covers the whole garden. And that's if I'm lazy and I just want to turn them on and get everything wet. But actually, an old farmer from Massachusetts, he said if you can hand watering is a lot better. So
okay.
I have my hose and my attachment.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And a lot of times I'll just hand water, especially when I don't have that much. I mean, in the beginning when I just put the seed in, I'll just use a watering can. And I use rainwater. I got a couple rain barrels over there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I have a system where they stay full just about all the time. And I figure there's a lot more nutrients. And then I also have containers over by the pole barn, which runs off the roof into containers.
There's the pole barn over there.
I utilize rainwater before I fill the well water. These are strawberries. We're not doing anything yet, but they will be producing soon.
How long have you had this particular patch here, Paul?
I would say at least 4 or 5 years now.
And they kind of produce more over time. I mean,
well, actually they got hurt. In the summertime I put a shade cover over them.
okay.
Because they just cook out here in the sun.
Oh, I remember that.
And they'll burn up, and I lost quite a few one year, but they produce runners, so I cut the runners and produce more plants. And then past couple years I've used a shade cloth, and now this summer I didn't, but I made sure that they stayed watered and they stayed moist. and I did lose some, but enough survived where I'm going to get some strawberries.
And this isn't boxed in here, right?
No, it was at one time,
Okay.
but the wood rotted out. Even pressure treated wood doesn't really hold up a lot of times like I think it. It used to last forever in New Jersey, but I don't know if they're not making it as good now or what, but it just doesn't seem to last as long. Over here we have cauliflower. And there again I have 5 plants, and I'll be planting some more seeds and getting some more plants. I don't want to have a bunch of cauliflower, a bunch of broccoli, a bunch of kohlrabi all at one time, so I'm going to space it out a little bit. This is my little chair, because I'm an old man and I sit there sometimes. This is lettuce here, and this is a couple of rows of lettuce here and here, and then that I just scattered the seed in. It's a lettuce mix, because we do make a lot of salads during the especially during the fall and the winter months. Asparagus doesn't do well in Florida, at least not here. As far as getting a lot, you're not going to get a lot, but what I do is I'll see a stalk come up, and I'll see if I can find any. I just had some the other day, but you'll get like a little shoot coming up, and sometimes it can even be like that tall.
Okay.
And I'll break it off and just eat it before it flowers out. I don't really see any. I mean, right now, like, it's the end of October, but I would say more in December, January and February. They'll be cooler and you'll get more shoots coming up. There's been days that my wife and I were able to come out and we each had like maybe 3 asparagus.
And they make your urine smell funny.
Yes, they do.
Because it has a high ammonia content, I believe,
Yeah,
is what does that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it does, but yeah, when I eat asparagus, definitely my urine is stinky.
Yeah.
So,
It's good for you, though. It is good for you.
this is my compost, which I use any leftover vegetables or fruit from in the house, eggshells, banana peels, whatever. Now they say it's not good to have your compost in your garden. To me, I don't really see any problem with it. I also mix cow manure in with it, and this is real cow manure that I dehydrate back there. I don't know if you can see it, but that might be something that you could show them later on.
Yeah, we could check your setup.
In here, you know, I just kind of have an opening at the bottom, so if I need some good manure compost, I just scoop it out there and it slowly drops down. This is where I'll probably be putting the eggplant, the little baby eggplant over here, or I might put tomatoes in here. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
These are green beans, pole beans, and they're starting to flower out now, so they will be producing. These I will have to cover up if we do have a cold snap. They'll produce at 60 degrees or above, but once the temperatures drop down, then they'll slow up quite a bit. But there again, we have a freezer full of green beans, and we got plenty of green beans. So
Yeah, if you need, Paul, we can jar them, because
Yeah,
we did some last year and they turned out really good.
I like to do that. Yeah.
Yep.
This is the peanut grass that I have over there, and I usually get enough yellow flowers from this that I really don't need that spot over there. This is where I start my little seeds. With some broccoli coming up there. I think I have a couple. I know I did plant some, but it's not really coming up yet. It was only a few days ago that I planted some stuff. This is kind of my herb bed. Here we got basil and parsley, and then the oregano down there. And then up here will be a future sites for, I'll probably put, I know beets did very well up here. This is an upper planter. You have to kind of keep an eye on the water, because there again it drains down, so sometimes I have to, irrigate this more than the rest of it, but this would be future lettuce and beets and whatever.
Yep.
That's probably about it as far as what I have so far.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to kind of explain anything else that you have growing, you're more than welcome to.
I can show you an area that I just did today. It's blackberries, and it's over there by the compost, so you can catch the manure area.
Okay.
At the same time.
Yep.
Okay. So if we go over this way, I can show you. I just did this today. I just made a little bed right along here.
Oh yeah, look at this.
And I planted blackberries, so these will grow up along the fence, and they'll eventually get to the height of the fence and then some. And what I'll do is I'll just take a zip tie and just tie them to the fence.
Take a look at this row.
They do have thorns on them. There are blackberries now that are thornless, but these are all free, so and I hate to kill them. And then this is my compost area. This is my manure, I guess you could say. And I get this neighbor down the street's got some cows, and he puts them out on the roadway a little bit. And after they do their business during the day, I'll go down in a 5-gallon bucket and a shovel and scoop it up and let the sun dry it out. And then I'll put on a pair of gloves, and I'll just scrape it back and forth on the wire here. And then down at the bottom, I get a bunch of little stuff.
Okay.
And like I added to the soil there for the blackberries.
Is this just like an 1/8 inch hole
yeah,
or square?
I forget exactly what it is, but it's not big.
Okay.
But you know, once the stuff dries out, and you know, you could take it. I'll remember to wash my hands and just scrape it down like that, and you know, it goes through. A lot of it. Some of it's got shell in it, but it'll just. There you go.
You get like an old cheese grater.
Yeah. Oh, there's a
that?
lot. I mean, I got old food processors that I could use.
Oh man.
But I hope will get a little upset with me.
Just a little.
That. But I mix that with the compost, and if I'm making a bed area, I'll mix a little bit in there. Yep. I don't know if there's any there because I just scooped some out today.
There's a little bit back there in the corner. Okay.
And that's been sitting there for probably a good month and a half now, so it's getting about that time to I'll clean that up.
Okay.
I guess if you want to, this is my area for my potting mix and topsoil and shell and fill dirt. Let's see after squirrels.
Okay. Well then we'll get to chipping, and if there's any other things you want to show in the future at different places, just let me know.
Okie dokie.
So thanks, Paul.
Sounds good. You're welcome. Thank you.